Hi friends, I'm gonna be really close here for this one. It is November, which means it is National Adoption Awareness Month, and I am really excited. I absolutely love celebrating National Adoption Awareness Month. I think adoption from foster care, while it can be so broken and painful and it causes a lot of trauma, it also can be really, really beautiful. So, last year we had only been foster parents for a year or just over a year. And I could theoretically see the beauty of adoption from foster care. But this year, it's taken on a whole new meaning for me. And I'm just really excited that I get to share that with you guys this month. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that with you. But first, if you're new here, my name is Anna Leonora. Together with my husband, Jason, we are foster parents in real life. Here on my channel, From the Fosters, we do foster parenting life together, and we raise awareness for the foster care system. So if any of that interests you, please consider liking this video, subscribing to my channel down below, and don't forget to hit your post notification bell, select your notifications to all while you're down there so that you don't miss when I post any new videos like this, and so you can join my growing family here on YouTube. Let's get into it. So November is National Adoption Awareness Month. I know that there's a lot of other things going on in November. It is also, and forgive me if I'm saying this wrong, I'm not an Indigenous person. I'm not a Native American. So I apologize if I'm saying this wrong, but I believe it is also either Indigenous Awareness Month or Native American Awareness Month, something like that. And I have been absolutely loving my favorite Indigenous and Native American creators on TikTok and some of the information they're spreading and the content they're creating. So if you're on TikTok, make sure you go check out all the Indigenous creators because there are so many really good ones on there and they are spreading such good information. So I am excited to share this month with them. I am a little bit bummed because I don't want adoption awareness to overpower or overtake Indigenous awareness, Native American awareness. So I kind of wish they weren't in the same month, because I'd love to be able to focus on just one, like the Indigenous awareness. But it is what it is. We get to share a month, and I am going to continue to be super supportive of my favorite Indigenous creators on TikTok and YouTube and just learn whatever I can about that, and also spread awareness about adoption because it is also Adoption Awareness Month. And this year, it just means so much more to me because if you remember, if you've been following me for a while, well, I'll give a short story for those that are new here. My husband and I have had 8 total children come through our home in the time that we've been foster parents. We currently have 2 little boys. They are not biologically related to each other. We've had one that we call Casper for just about 2 years, and one that we call Salem for just over a year. And a few months ago, if you follow me, and if you don't, I'll just recap. A few months ago, I had mentioned that we were paper pregnant and in the process of adopting one of them. And I did not say which one because at the time, the other one was not legally free and clear for adoption. And I really didn't want to break confidentiality or have people guessing which one. I didn't want to do that. So I just said, we're in the process of adopting one of them. And then you haven't heard anything else from me about that adoption in months. That adoption is still not finalized, but we're getting close. So the reason that adoption is still not finalized was because we were waiting for our background checks from the state to come back, which you would think would be an easy process. We had to be background checked to be foster parents. I'm also a registered nurse, so I've had to be background checked to be a nurse. This state has done so many background checks. My husband has to have a background check for his job. So we've had so many background checks. You'd think they'd have all our information and it would have been super quick. It was not. We submitted our fingerprints to the state in June, and I'm sitting here, it's November 5th. So my husband's came back a couple weeks ago. Mine only just came back this past Monday. And we could not be officially approved to adopt these children until those came back, even though we knew they were going to be approved. So the reason we have not adopted that other child yet is because we were waiting for our background checks to come back, which has just taken so many months and so much time. And we've just been waiting and waiting and waiting. And in that time, our other foster son became legally free for adoption. So we are now officially approved to adopt them both. They are both legally free for adoption. We have started the paperwork. We have signed some stuff. We've got an attorney lined up, and we are going to get to adopt them both at the same time, which is so incredible. And it's not unheard of, but it's rare, right? Like, these are two separate cases. We've had one for 2 years, one for 1 year. Although the one that we've had for 1 year, he was in care prior to coming to us. So he has been in care for longer than a year. But it's just incredible. We were really concerned about how, because the boys are so close, they're best friends. So we were really concerned about how one of the kids was going to take it if we got to adopt the other one, and then we had to wait months and months and months before we could adopt that one. And we were just really concerned about their understanding level and how they were going to take that. So the way the universe has aligned and worked out, we are going to get to adopt them both at the same time. And we are just so excited. Like, we could not have had better news. That news came in on Monday, which was November 1st, which was the first day of Adoption Awareness Month. The news came in that my fingerprints were in. So we signed some paperwork with our social worker last night. She is dropping it off to our attorney today, and that will get the ball rolling. Now, it still can take couple weeks. It will take a couple weeks, but it could take up to like 3 months. We are hoping it does not take 3 months. However, it comes down to a lot of different things, right? Like, our attorneys do other stuff, right? Like, adoption is not the only thing that they do, and we will not be their only clients. So they do have other stuff, other deadlines, other clients that they have to take care of. So they have to do their paperwork. We have to set up a time to meet with them to sign some of that paperwork. They have to submit it to the court. Then the court clerk has to do her part. She is currently on vacation. By the time she comes back, the holidays are rolling around. So then when she does her part, she has to submit it back to social services. They have to do another part and then submit it back to the court. She will have to sign another thing, and then it'll be finalized. So with the holidays coming up, people are going to be on vacation. They're going to be out. There's other things going on. We are hopeful to have it done before Christmas, but we are being realistic in that it likely will not be done before Christmas, but it will be done hopefully early in the new year at the latest. But yeah, I'm just so excited. You know, my boys have been through a lot, and they've been through very different situations. Their backgrounds and their stories are very different from each other and hard, both in their own ways. And the fact that they have found safety and stability here with us, and the fact that they love each other so strongly and so big, they are each other's best friend. we couldn't have asked for anything more or better. And we will always recognize the trauma that comes with adoption and foster care just in general. One of my children does have a trauma diagnosis, actually, and a lot of mental health issues. And the other one is really too young to tell. We don't know what kind of issues will present later in life from what he's been through. So we're always going to recognize the trauma. We're always going to recognize the role of the birth families. We have been working on developing family trees, doing whatever searches we can find to find family members, and add them to a family tree, and try to get as full of a picture as we can for both boys on their birth families. We also plan to, when they're old enough to tell us that it's something they'd like, we plan to do a DNA test on them, like a 23andMe or an Ancestry, just to find out, as much as we can about them. And there are certain family members on both sides that we do plan to have continued contact with, people that are safe, stable family contacts. So of course we plan on honoring all of that, and we will always honor that. But the fact that these boys cannot go home to their biological families in their own ways for their own reasons, I'm just so grateful that they get to stay here because we love them. And I can't wait until the adoptions are final and I get to share them with you guys, because they're so freaking cute. Like, they're so cute, both of them. And I can't wait for you guys to just see how much they love each other. I have so many amazing pictures of them. Just, people actually ask us, like, out in the world, people that don't know us, they ask us if they're twins. While I don't think they really look anything alike, they are both fair-skinned, light hair, lightish eyes, and even though one is 2 years older than the other, they are about the same height. They wear the same size clothing, the same size shoes, they share everything. So we get asked if they're twins a lot, and you would think by the way that they act with each other, you would think that they are twins. Their bond is so strong, and I just cannot wait for my cyber family to be able to see that and experience that and get to meet them. And I'm really excited for that. And even if our adoption doesn't get to happen before Christmas, just the fact that it's in process is a good enough holiday gift for me this year. And I can't wait to bring adoption facts to you guys this month. This video is turning out to be longer than I wanted it to be, so I probably won't bombard you with adoption facts on this one, but in the upcoming weeks on Foster Care Friday, just be on the lookout for adoption facts. I am going to do adoption like in general, but I also want to focus on adoption from foster care, since obviously that is my wheelhouse. I have not participated in a domestic adoption. I have not participated in an international adoption. My adoptions are adoption from the U.S. foster care system. So that is my wheelhouse, obviously. But it's adoption month, awareness month, just like in general. So there will be some blanket adoption information, and there will also be, oh, I apologize for that. That is my computer notifying me of something. And you know, my ADHD, I'm so distracted now. There will be some blanket adoption information, but there will also be some facts and statistics about foster care adoption. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to announce that I do officially get to adopt my children. It's never totally official till it's official, right? Like, things can and do happen It's never 100% official until the adoption decree is in my hand. But we have been officially approved by the state to adopt these two boys. They are both legally free and clear for adoption. They have been fostered by us for a year and 2 years at this point, excuse me. More likely than not, they will be officially adopted by us unless something absolutely crazy happens. So let's all say a collective prayer and put it out into the universe that that does not happen and that they do get to stay with us. But we are in process. Paperwork is being signed. It's being filed with the court. And yeah, I don't think it will happen by the holidays just because there's so much to be done and people are going to be out with the holidays and all of that. But very early in the new year at the latest. And I'm just so glad you guys have stuck with me on this journey. I can't wait to be able to share more information with you and be a little bit more open and honest about our journey, things I didn't feel I could talk about before. Of course, there will be things that will remain confidential because they are my children's stories to tell when they are older, or they are my children's biological family stories to tell. But I feel like I have been very, very careful about what I've said to maintain the confidentiality. And certainly there are more things that I feel I would be able to talk about. You know, some of the special needs that I deal with one of my children, not all of them are necessarily trauma related, but in order to protect confidentiality of who this child is, I didn't want to just like list what all his special needs are because I didn't want that to be an identifying factor. So, you know, I will be able to talk about more also some of the things that I deal with as a special needs parent, and some of the difficulties in advocating and just I'll just be able to share so much more. So I thank you guys for sticking with me and dealing with my like vagueness over the last 2 years. Or I guess maybe it's been like a year and a half that I've been on YouTube. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to share them with you guys when the time comes. Otherwise, be on the lookout for adoption information from me this month. And also, again, just please go look up some Indigenous creators on YouTube and TikTok. Support them, support their information, support their content, because that is also a really important thing happening this month. And I love you guys. I can't wait to share my precious beans with you. I love you all. Shine your light into the world. I hope you had a wonderful Halloween. I certainly did. Can't wait to show you guys photos. But yeah, until next week, I love you guys. Go out and shine your light into the world. And I just can't wait. I can't wait to share them with you. I love you all. Until next time. Bye.